Krusty Krab and is only to be discussed in part or in whole with its creator, Mr. Krabs. Duplication of this formula is punishable by law. Restrictions apply. Results may vary.
SpongeBob SquarePants just underwent a transformation that has animation nerds absolutely losing their minds. And the story behind it will blow you away.
You have to make the gift.
The only thing I'm making is for the exit.
The first season just hits differently. Back in 1999, every episode was hand-drawn frame by frame using real pencils on paper. Each shot was then scanned and painted by artists probably surviving on cold pizza and caffeine. And honestly, you can feel that raw human touch in every scene. This was the only season made entirely with traditional cell animation. No fancy software, no digital shortcuts, just sweat, ink, and error-prone human hands trying to keep SpongeBob's eyes the same size and failing gloriously. But that was the magic. SpongeBob's design wasn't consistent. It was dynamic. His shape would shift from shot to shot. His pores wandered around his body like they had a mind of their own. His skin was a pale, washed-out yellow that somehow made the underwater vibe feel more real. Even the backgrounds had personality. Sometimes flat, sometimes grainy, sometimes weirdly beautiful. They felt like they were painted on damp paper, and that's not a dig. That's part of what made Season 1 feel alive. The colors were more muted, kind of matte, not the neon crisp tones we'd get later. Season 1 didn't just look underwater, it felt underwater. The sound design had this soft, constant water ambiance, bubble effects, distant waves, even little things like Squidward face planting in the sand kicked up bubbles, not dust. It's why some fans joke that if you didn't see the intro, you might think newer SpongeBob takes place on land. But the real power behind this was Stephen Hillenburg, a marine biologist turned cartoon rebel, pulled in a bunch of animation weirdos from Rocko's Modern Life and gave them one directive: make it funny, make it weird, don't overthink it. So they didn't. They filled every frame with screams, nonsense reaction shots, and expressions that felt like meme templates before memes even existed.
Oh yeah? Watch this! Ah!
Season 2 was the first season to go digitally inked and painted, which basically means SpongeBob finally discovered computers. The smudges are gone. The wobbly lines are tightened. The colors are brighter, smoother. But don't worry, the charm stayed. SpongeBob still bounced like a rubber band on espresso. His face still stretched like pizza dough. The infamous new cheeks show up around dying for pie, though they were clearly still in beta mode. And even though it was digitally inked, the animation was still mostly hand-drawn. You could feel the effort, especially early in the season. There was a ton of movement. The animators started pushing the characters' faces like they were made of Play-Doh. You got the nightmare stare, the ultra-detailed reaction faces, the kind of shots that made you feel the energy. And behind all that madness was C.H. Greenblatt. Greenblatt didn't draw SpongeBob like a character. He drew him like a panic attack in square form, and it ruled. The show wasn't just trying to be funny anymore. It knew it was funny. SpongeBob wasn't just a weirdo sponge now. He was the guy. Even Bikini Bottom leveled up. Backgrounds got more textured. Color gradients started popping in during emotional moments. It still felt underwater, just like the ocean had gotten into art school. SpongeBob's color shifted to somewhere between beige, white cheddar, and cartoon anxiety. Still asymmetrical, still off-model in the best way.
For 25 bucks, and I didn't know it was a bomb, and you ate it. That pie!
If Season 2 was the glow-up, Season 3 was peak form. The animation is still bouncy, but now it's precise. Every line feels intentional. Every gag hits with surgical timing. It's still a little stiffer than Season 2, especially in the second half. But what it loses in stretch, it makes up for in focus. SpongeBob's shape leaned more rectangular. His eyeballs shrank a bit. And those Aaron Springer cheeks? They're now a standard feature, like he's always on the edge of laughing or snapping. The acting was also in peak form. Tom Kenny crushed the job this season. SpongeBob's timing, micro reactions. The pause before the punchline delivery, all of it razor sharp. This was the season that gave us the camping episode, Chocolate with Nuts, Just One Bite, and the Krusty Krab training video. Every frame screams perfection. This was the last season that still felt genuinely underwater, not just digitally rendered to look like it, but under all that gold was a goodbye. Season 3 was supposed to be the end, the final breath of the golden era, right before the mutation. This was the last time SpongeBob felt fully SpongeBob, building towards the original movie, the 90-minute mic drop Steven Hillenburg always planned.
I wanted to buy one.
Wait! We were just kidding about all that bomb stuff.
Season 4's animation was a mixed bag. SpongeBob got larger pupils, became more rectangular, and his personality shifted. He became increasingly stupid. The goofy innocence turned into relentless stupidity. Classic Flanderization. Season 5 went fully digital animation. SpongeBob's design became progressively manic, while his body got stiffer. Picture a cardboard box with eyes that move like a human's. Season 6 is where SpongeBob transformed into an underwater biohazard. Giant puffy cheeks as default. Gross-out humor hit terminal velocity with The Splinter and Pet or Pests. Everything looked cheaper. SpongeBob lost his bounce and charm. Seasons 7 and 8 continued the stiffness. Animation looked like PowerPoint. There was one bright spot. It's a SpongeBob Christmas, a beautiful stop-motion special that reminded everyone what heart looked like. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, or SpongeBob might stay in his dark age forever.
You will awake and tell me the formula.
Season 9 went full HD with 16:9 widescreen. Animation still robotic, colors too bright. Fans considered this the show's lowest point. Then Hillenburg returned to oversee Sponge Out of Water in 2015. You could feel it immediately. SpongeBob got a design overhaul, returning to a smoother appearance like early seasons. The humor regained its age-defying innocence. When the second half of Season 9 aired, things improved. Squash and Stretch came back, but tragically, Hillenburg's return was short-lived. In November 2018, he passed away during production of Season 12. His presence was felt, especially in tone, but the show was in uncharted waters again.
Why aren't you working harder?
I don't know, Mr. Krabs.
Seasons 10 to 12 ditched all stiffness. Everything is animated, characters have weight, and colors are bright and bold. This version looked better than it had in years. But something felt off. Everything was a gag now. No breathing room, just exhausting expressiveness. The show became a meme machine, viral content for popularity's sake. By season 13, SpongeBob was a multimedia empire. CG spin-offs like Camp Coral, The Patrick Star Show, YouTube shorts everywhere. After Hillenburg's passing, Nickelodeon greenlit the one thing he never liked: spin-offs. Not just one, a whole buffet of them, each with its own animation style, trying to capture lightning in a bottle. Then came Sponge on the Run, entirely CGI. Visually stunning, but narratively a mess. People lost hope. It wasn't special anymore, just a franchise.
That little squirrel is in trouble.
Take that, you sorry old clam! You need to...
And somehow, they proved us wrong. Starting in season 14, fans noticed something strange. SpongeBob looked more classic. Thicker line art, more hand-drawn feel, less exaggerated bounce, more grounded movements like seasons 2 and 3, facial expressions staying on model longer. Animators pulled back from meme injection style. This era blends modern polish with retro personality. Backgrounds feel warmer, with softer gradients and painted textures. Not quite season 1, but closer than anything in over a decade. After years as a meme generator, season 15 feels like the team remembered who SpongeBob is. A weird, optimistic Sponge who's funniest when absurdity is rooted in personality, not just punchlines.
Out of my way, peon!
So sorry, my lord.
Here's the thing, there's a clear pattern. When Hillenburg was involved, SpongeBob had soul. When he left, it lost its way. From hand-drawn madness to sterile stiffness to post-meme redemption, this yellow sponge outlived every prediction. The animation changes weren't just about technology or budgets. They were about creative vision, corporate interference, and the battle to keep a character's soul alive. Every time SpongeBob changed, it reflected what was happening behind the scenes. One man's vision, network profit decisions, or animators fighting to reclaim what made the show special. And that's exactly why SpongeBob's animation journey matters. If you want to see more breakdowns of how animation tells stories beyond the screen, check out these videos for the deep dives you won't find anywhere else.
Whatever you say, Mr. Krabs.